Today I'm going to be breaking down the best army you can use for Townhall 15, Townhall 16 and Townhall 17 bases here at Townhall 15. So here is the army composition we are going to be using, and it's Hydra. We have dragons and we have dragon riders. They're going to be coming in combination to crush through bases. You heard it right at the start as well. At the end of this video you will see a 3-star against a Townhall 17 player, which honestly shows just how strong this army can be. So jumping into that first one against a Townhall 15, this is where things are going to be exceptionally easy. What we're doing first of all is identifying where the sweepers are, and we're going to take down at least one of them that is facing the direction we're bringing those dragons in from. Queen is also looking to potentially take down air defences with that giant arrow ability, though if you don't catch any, it's not the end of the world. Hydra is such a strong strategy here at Townhall 15 that you're almost always guaranteed a 3-star as long as you create a bit of a funnel. So you'll see we used our 3 lightning spells on an air defense at that bottom section of the base. We then just came in with a baby dragon. Queen of course funneling all the way to that right hand side and using her giant arrow ability, and if we freeze things up right there, you guys will see we're securing that town hall with a blimp which flew all the way in. It was a little bit delayed and we caught it with our eternal tome ability from the Grand Warden, but it is guaranteeing that town hall takedown, which is super important, especially as you progress to attacking higher town halls. So progressing on here, you guys can see the good thing about this strategy is typically the dragons and the dragon riders will stay together, because the dragon riders will only attack defenses, but the dragons will tidy up all those buildings in and around. So the dragons can tank for the dragon riders and vice versa. When you're coming up here at the back end, if you have any outlying air defenses or defenses you potentially can easily pick off, like archer towers, wizard towers, that is why we have those rocket balloons in there. They're going to help us finish off a couple of those buildings nice and easily, and you guys can see smashing through the back end here. We have that Royal Champion's ability still to pop. There it is right there. We have the haste vial on her, of course, swagging an invisibility spell because why not? And a super easy way to 3-star any Townhall 15 base. So we know already this strategy is very, very strong. The link for it, of course, as always, is down in the description. But now we'll progress on to what I imagine you guys are here for, and that is using this army against Townhall 16 and Townhall 17 players. So when we're coming up against Townhall 16 players, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Of course, you're going to have heavier defenses. Also, that town hall is really going to cause a lot of grief. It does so much damage, so you've got to be super careful of it. Your lightning spells are still going to be leveled up enough for 3 of them to be able to take down an air defense. So as you guys can see here, typically in these bases, most bases, you're going to have all 4 air defenses fairly well spread out, because there's no point in combining air defenses because you just don't get the value from them. So what we end up doing here is zapping out one on one corner, then we use the baby dragon, we then use the giant arrow from the queen to either take down an air defense and a sweeper, or both the sweepers themselves. Now, it's really, really important here we try to protect our queen. We want to keep her alive. That's very, very important. So you guys can see here we're using the skeleton spell over on that left hand side to tank for the Tesla farm, and more importantly for that monolith. We want that queen to continue walking just around the outside of the base, but consistently picking up value. Dragons and dragon riders, using those spells to help support them, the rage spells down in the core of the base, and of course your Grand Warden's ability for that blimp as it flies through to secure the town hall. Now once your dragons kind of take that town hall down and you're hitting sort of the late 50-60% mark, is when you want to start thinking about bringing that Royal Champion in. Save onto her ability until she's coming under some sort of fire, go ahead and pop it and try to maximize her value. But you guys can see here, absolutely crushed. In fact, the Townhall 16 base is probably more crushed than the Townhall 15 base. Now, that will be because in the clan castle we're only coming up against ice golems, but even if you're coming up against things like electro dragons, dragons, super dragons, furnaces, headhunters, anything like that, it's not going to be a problem. We do of course have a poison spell in this army, so if it's troops that are going to come up to your troops like a dragon, of course poison them there, but if you see a furnace popping out of that clan castle, use the poison spell on the clan castle itself and that furnace. We do not want it consistently spawning those fire mites throughout the attack, so we want to take it down as quickly as possible. But now, to really show how strong this attack is, we're going to be using it here against a Townhall 17 player. So here we go, a Townhall 17. It's not going to be easy, but here we go. We've got the Queen kicking off proceedings, of course. We then have the 3 lightning spells again, which is going to be enough to take down the air defense. Really careful with that Queen. We don't want to lose her too early. You have the invisibility spells, you have the freeze spells. Try to protect her if you can. If you're going to have to commit too many spells to protecting her, then don't worry about it. But you do want to try and make sure you're creating enough of a funnel, like we do here, that your dragons and dragon riders are not going to be tempted to walk around the edge of the base. So freezing up proceedings right here. There is the Eternal Tome ability. Unfortunately for us here, we're not going to be able to pick up too much value in the core of the base because we only really have the Town Hall and the Monolith. But that's not the end of the world. As long as that blimp gets there and as long as that blimp secures the Town Hall itself, we have got the value we wanted. Dragon Rider that comes out does just manage to clutch up that Monolith, which is absolutely amazing. Not having to worry about that really high level Monolith when you're coming in with a Hydra attack is very, very nice indeed. But we do need to be careful, of course, of those spell towers. We have the poison spell tower doing some pretty big damage through in the core of the base, but we do have the Royal Champion now making an appearance alongside some of the troops that split off to this right hand side. When it comes to your skeleton spell, like I said, you're typically going to use that on the Monolith or on the Tesla farm, wherever it may be. Using an Ice Golem here to try and freeze up some of those back end defenses, just trying to give the Royal Champion as much value as possible from her equipment. She is able to get a nice little bit of value, unfortunately doesn't quite stay alive all the way through to the back end, but remember, when we're attacking up 2 Town Halls, I would say the main thing we're looking for is a 2-star. Anything over and above a 50% 2-star, for me, is an absolute bonus. But we're going to go all the way here. We are going to be able to pick up a 3-star. Now, you're never always going to 3-star 2 Town Halls above you. If you think you're going to go into Town Hall 17 bases every time 3-star them as a Town Hall 15, I would think again, because it's not easy. And sometimes you just need a bit of luck with the way things go. But one of the things to keep in mind is, if we look at what troops we have left up here, our Queen is carrying. Our Queen has stayed alive throughout this very, very start of this attack because we took the time and we spent the spells to just protect her a little bit. She's been able to go all the way around and she's going to help us tidy up the rest of this base. And there it is, a Town Hall 15 3-starring a Town Hall 17. So as I said, the link for this strategy is down in the description below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us here at the Barracks, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.